guitar solos. Calling for the solos to be, quote, face-meltingly cool and go on for well over 10 minutes, Americans stressed that all guitar solos from now on should be equally as kick-ass as those in Van Halen's Hot for Teacher and AC/DC's Thunderstruck, or even better.
It should start out really slow, and then get faster and faster until they're all the way up at the top of the guitar neck and bending the notes like crazy. So it's like, and then there's all this awesome pyrotechnic stuff going off in the background. They should all be like that.
And in this week's local news, a report noted that on its surface, Glenbrook, Ohio is a small town like any other, a peaceful all-American town. And yet, the report's authors added, if you only look closer, what you find may surprise you. In other news, a man is just having one of those decades where he doesn't feel like doing anything.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Computers are online. I'm gonna start loading software.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Call to Freedom.
Broadcasting live from Birdcoin Studios on LRN FM.
You're listening to Will.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say.
And Aria.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Stay tuned for political talk and everything crypto. That's right.
Broadcasting internationally on our Bit Plus Network satellite.
This is
The Call to Freedom.
All right, let's boot it up.
That's right. Welcome into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM, broadcasting live from the Horizon.global studios here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. It is another beautiful day here in the Shire. Can't really complain. It's up to a balmy 30 degrees today.
Oh, it's like 36, 40 almost.
Really? Did it get up there?
Yeah.
It's not even 30 out there.
It was.
It's 30, bud.
No, it's higher than that. I have a little sensor on my like clock in my house. It shows 36.
I have one in my car. It was 28 on the way here.
Yeah. The local airport says 30.
I think you guys are wrong. I would not have grabbed this jacket if this is a light jacket.
Same here.
If it was 30.
Same here. It's just the old Pac-Man hoodie,
So I've decided I'm gonna be cold either way. So I'm gonna wear a long sleeve jacket, coat, sweaterish thing that is more comfortable because I'm gonna be cold either way. So I might as well be comfortable, And
right.
A big thick coat, I'm not gonna be comfortable in.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Fair enough.
Ugh, that looks terrible.
All right. It's just my hands, really. My hands are the issue.
Yeah, get some gloves.
Cold.
Yeah, definitely get some gloves over here. Some light gloves for driving.
It's really only an issue when I'm outside smoking. And then I need one hand free for my cigarette and ideally the other free for my phone to kill the time while I'm outside smoking. So gloves and we don't get along.
I'm never a fan of gloves either, but
if I'm outside working on a vehicle, absolutely.
I actually bought a pair myself. Actually, I bought 2 pairs. I lost one.
I've got some of those like dollar. You get 3 gloves for $1.50 from Walmart. That's me because
really they got gloves for $1.50 at Walmart.
Yeah, they're just like sweaters for your hands. They're not.
Yeah.
Special.
That's the same kind of glove I got, and I'm sure I paid more than that. I don't know how much, but I also bought it from like a 7-Eleven type of place.
And they give you 3 gloves. Because people are always losing one. So you get 3 gloves in a pack.
I assumed you meant 3 pairs.
No, I wish. No, that's what they do with the kids, though.
Right.
For like a 99 cents or 50 cents, the kids get like 3 pairs of mittens.
Are they? I guess there's not a right hand and a left hand for gloves like that, are there?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I think it's just like whatever hand you put it in, and it just kind of...
I mean, for the big, beefier, bulkier gloves,
yeah.
they have left and right hands.
But not the sweaters. No. The little hand sweaters that you get from Walmart.
Well, that's exactly the kind that are good around here, especially when it gets, below 30, which usually will be like a couple months out of the year. So, and then mostly in the morning. So,
well, like I get up every morning and it's somewhere between 1 and 8 degrees when I leave for work.
Ouch.
This whole week.
Ouch.
This morning.
Are we really in that time of year already?
Yeah.
It is mid-January.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I had to jump my van just.
I just haven't gotten up at like, before like noon or been outside before noon.
I had to jump the van just to leave for work today.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's so cold outside and your van doesn't handle cold very well, huh?
Well, my battery doesn't handle cold very well.
The battery doesn't. Okay.
No. I've had to jump at like 2 of the last 5 days.
I didn't think the batteries were really affected until you got down to like negative 15.
Once you get down to about 10 degrees.
Well, they rely on water. Car batteries do. They have water.
Actual
inside
water
of them.
as opposed to
Actual
like
water.
Fake water that like is a liquid.
No.
It's H2O.
Yeah,
I'm not
at
entirely
work.
How do
sure.
they keep it from freezing?
I guess whatever.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I know at work.
I guess an electrical current running through it.
We have the machines that I run have 3 batteries in them, and once a month you have to refill them with water.
Okay.
Like just
I think
filter.
I'm aware of this because I've watched some videos with people hooking up like grids of batteries for like a battery backup like for their house and stuff. Like absolutely insane. Like, oh, you can go 8 hours on 8 hours worth of electricity
of water
from like batteries, but you have to refill the batteries. Yeah.
So the big story, it seems, the last day or so has been Rand Paul, who we honestly try to avoid talking about on this show because, like,
he sucks.
Yeah, well, you've got so many people out there that are like, he's the libertarian standard bearer, and he's like, I'm totally not a libertarian, and I kiss Trump's butt all the time.
No, it's infuriating that he will himself admit that
I'm
he
not a
is
libertarian,
not a libertarian.
yeah.
He describes it as an albatross that people are trying to hang around his neck.
Yeah.
And yet you have plenty of Austin Peterson types out there going, oh, he's a libertarian, but he's
no,
not.
I'm not. I love Israel.
His
I'm
dad
authoritarian.
Was a libertarian.
For real, his dad had the balls to be like, we shouldn't send money to Israel. And then Rand was like, yeah, you're right. And then
Let's send money to Israel.
The Democrats were like, Nazi! And he was like, never mind.
I used to somewhat support Rand because I didn't think he was bad, but then he signed on with that Tom Cotton letter to Iran.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it for me.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to assume that kids' politics is that of their parent. Especially, I would just think of your own politics versus your parent, and they're probably not the same, at least amongst the people in this room.
Well, the left is having a really hard time understanding how private hospitals in socialist Canada work. Says Senator Rand.
To be fair, the left has a hard time understanding how private anything works.
I don't think the left understands pretty much anything at all.
Like, it has to do with money or numbers.
Yeah, like just
the fiercest.
I did an economics in college.
Rand Paul, one of the fiercest political critics of socialized medicine, will travel to Canada later this month to get hernia surgery. An ophthalmologist, Paul said that the operation is related to an injury sustained last year when his neighbor, Rene Boucher, attacked him while he was mowing his lawn. The incident left Kentucky's junior senator with 6 broken ribs and a bruised lung. He's scheduled to have an outpatient operation at Shudis Hernia Hospital in Thornhill, Ontario, during the week of January 1st, according to documents from Paul's civil lawsuit against Boucher filed in Warren Circuit Court. The procedure estimated to cost between $5,000 and $8,000. According to court documents, MDSave.com lists hernia repairs costing between $4,000 and $8,000. The Shudis Hernia Hospital markets itself as, quote, the global leader in non-mesh hernia repairs, according to the clinic's website. Shudis Hernia Hospital is privately owned. I'm glad, after 3 paragraphs, we finally got to the fact that this is a private hospital.
Right?
It's not socialized medicine, like you implied in the very opening line.
I wonder why he's, why Canada? Like,
it's is there nobody in the United States that does the surgery, or is it cheaper, or what's the story? The best non-mesh hernia surgeon is at that hospital. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
So it's just
the same
obviously
reason.
There's going to be better people in certain areas of the world than elsewhere. Yeah,
you've got some heart surgeons in like the Middle East that are better than anywhere in the world. You've got some brain surgeons in Europe that are better than anywhere in the world. It doesn't change the fact that this great heart surgeon happens to live in a socialist country, and this heart surgeon happens to live in a country that doesn't have socialist medicine.
Wait, are you implying that the best hernia surgeon in Canada doesn't work within the socialized medicine system and has the audacity to work for a private hospital that more than likely pays him better?
Well, it receives funding from the Ontario government and accepts Ontario's hospital insurance plan. The hospital's website outlines payments it accepts, including cash, check, or credit card for those patients like Paul who are not covered by Ontario's insurance plan or a provincial health insurance plan. So this seems to be the crux of the issue that a lot of people are having with what's going on with Rand Paul, and that is he's privately paying well, that means it's not socialized anymore. If he's privately paying, guess what?
Well, it can be subsidized.
True. Very
and
true.
Still be socialized.
Very true. Very true, but the surgery costs about the same here where it's not socialized.
The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount. On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm. The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM, broadcasting live from the Horizon.Global Studios here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, rolling right along. So, again, this story about Rand Paul, okay, so it's really not that confusing to me. Like, it seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, but we're not insane ideologic lunatics.
Right.
And people on the left are.
Let's see here. Kelsey Cooper
people on the right
is a spokesman for Rand Paul. She said that the hospital is privately owned and people come from around the globe for their services. This is more fake news on a story that's been terribly reported from day one. This is a private, world-renowned hospital, separate from any system, and people come from around the world to pay cash for their services, Cooper said in an email to the Courier-Journal. Paul, a Republican, often argues for private market solutions to America's healthcare woes. In Canada, medical care is publicly funded and universally provided through the country's provincial Ministry of Health, and everyone receives the same level of care. As my friend puts it, for free. In Canada, medical care, Paul has called universal health care and nationalized options slavery. With regards,
he's right.
Yeah, well, with regards to the idea of whether or not you have a right to health care, it means you believe in slavery. Paul said in 2011, "You're going to enslave not only me, but the janitor at my hospital, the person who cleans my office, the assistant, the nurses. You're basically saying that you believe in slavery." Last year, Boucher pleaded guilty to attacking Paul after they reached a breaking point over lawn maintenance. Paul was mowing his yard on November the 3rd of 2017. What? Why are you mowing your yard in November in rural Kentucky? I know what the weather's like in Kentucky. It is not yard mowing weather in November.
Well, it may have been just to piss off the neighbor.
Boucher was seen stacking. Boucher stall. Blah blah blah. Paul was mowing his yard November 3rd at his home in Bowling Green, Kentucky, when Boucher saw Paul stacking brush into a pile near his property, according to the courts.
Was this the Bowling Green massacre at the White House?
Yeah. Boucher, quote, had enough. He ran down the hill toward Paul, who was wearing headphones and only noticed Boucher at the last second, and tackled him. A medical expert said that the tackle is comparable to chest trauma that would have been seen in a 25-mile-per-hour car crash, according to a January 11th document filed by Paul's attorney. Paul is suing for $4,000 in medical costs related to the attack, but said the final amount will continue to be updated through the trial and will certainly include the hernia surgery that's currently scheduled to take place in Ontario, Canada.
I'm still not clear. What did the guy have enough of? When he was like, "I've had enough of this and have to tackle you." Enough of what?
I don't know. Rand Paul
How
stacking
dare you
sticks.
stack your leaves?
You stacked sticks too close to my property line.
Is that a NAP violation?
I don't know. Maybe he's an uber nationalist. I don't want you on my side of the line. I don't want you close to my line.
This kind of reminds me of how our neighbors like to, blow all of their leaves like onto our yard, but then go onto our yard and blow them further. Like,
oh my God.
I just think it's funny. But
what?
Yeah, like they come onto our property, like not a little bit, but like a real like really far onto our property. I don't care personally, but it's like, and I kind of understand like they don't want our leaves blowing back onto their property, but it's like I could see people getting upset over that kind of thing, and it just seems so ridiculous to me.
It's definitely a weird thing, in my opinion, for people to get upset over.
Yeah,
I mean it's grass, it's nature, it's leaves, it's trees and stuff.
You have to wonder what else is going on in their life that they feel the need to take it out like on their neighbor and like attack them like that.
You know, I guess in that sense, it's kind of like the Keen Chalk guy from a few years ago.
Yeah.
Just finding...
I mean, he clearly had other issues.
Yeah. Just targeting some random thing and flipping out.
Somebody like got permanently paralyzed from that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like they have no movement below like probably the head or something.
That's insane. Over a tackle.
They got like hit and they hit like the back of their head and they fell over
damage the spinal column.
I guess. I'm not really sure, but there's a video of it on YouTube I don't know that anything even happened to the guy who did the attacking, but it was absolutely insane.
Yeah, sounds like it is.
And
So
all this was over chalk.
Right.
Yeah.
Chalking, like little kids chalking. It was so ridiculous.
That's insane.
Yeah, people are nuts, man.
They are. I'm surprised that didn't happen here in Keene.
It did.
Oh, it did happen.
That did happen in Keene, yeah. That's why I brought it up.
What?
Yes, somebody.
There was this whole chalk war thing going on.
I heard about the chalk war, and I heard about the crazy, hateful people from Stop Free Keene.
And it gets
washed
better.
like little kids chalk off, but I didn't know someone had like almost been killed.
Yes, and it gets even better. The story is even more interesting because the person who got like injured wasn't even participating in the chalking.
They were just kind of there.
They were just there. They just happened to be there.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
Wow,
that's a hell of a thing to get paralyzed.
What happened to the guy to the person that caused his injury?
I don't think anything happened. Like, yeah, it's a really disturbing story.
Wow.
I'm not intimately familiar with it, so you'd probably have to ask somebody else here who was actually here at the time. But that's what I
it was
believe
probably
happened.
intimately involved in some way. Probably put the chalk on the concrete that started the whole thing. Or filmed it being done.
In fact, he did.
Either him or Adamo, probably.
Him and Derek.
I don't think it's who you guys are thinking. But it was somebody else related to. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha. That
we would know.
Right on.
Have known if you were here at the time.
Oh my God. So the store that I do the floors at, they threw like $400 worth of product out today.
What kind of product?
Christmas stuff.
Oh,
sweaters. Well, like sweaters.
Oh, well, there you go.
Children's clothes. Just anything that was, but it all came, it didn't even have to actually be Christmas stuff. It was just like things that came in with the Christmas clothes. Like kids' clothes.
Is it because they couldn't sell them on the clearance rack or something?
They were on clearance for 2 weeks. They've been on clearance since Christmas, the day after Christmas. There you go. They didn't sell, so they zeroed them out and threw them out.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing?
Although you think they would just sell them to like, some sort of discounter, right? Like
for real,
to the homeless shelter here,
or donate them or something.
I hear that the ones that don't end up getting dived from the back, snatched off the racks in the back of the building after they get rolled outside, end up going to a charity.
Oh, okay.
But
That's good.
a lot of them end up in people's closets that just live here in Keene and see it when they go by and go, oh look, free sweaters and I'm cold.
Yeah,
I'll take one. Anyway, when we get back,
this is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with AgristHosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to AgristHosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
We have some good news. The indictments against Ross Ulbricht in the District of Maryland were dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can never be refiled. This is especially good because those indictments contain the only charge ever made that Ross engaged in murder for hire. This was a serious allegation that Ross Ulbricht denies. It was never prosecuted or ruled on by a jury, but was trumpeted by the federal government and the media as if it were proven fact. The Maryland court held these indictments for almost 5 years, poisoning Ross's case and leaving him under a cloud of unproven allegations. As explained in Ross's appeal to the Supreme Court, the fact that the judge used these allegations to give Ross a draconian sentence of double life without parole violated his Sixth Amendment right to a jury trial. Judges are required to issue sentences based on convictions decided by a jury, not unproven allegations never even charged at trial. Although this is a positive development, the dropped indictment will not set Ross free. Now, a presidential pardon is Ross's only hope of freedom. Sign the petition at freeross.org. freeross.org.
The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple LRN.FM show hosts together in one place. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm, or better yet, move to the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm. I think you'll like it. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom.
Live on LRN.fm. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.fm.
All right, welcome back into the Cult of Freedom here on LRN.FM, broadcasting live from the Horizon Global Studios here in beautiful Keene, New Hampshire. It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, and we got a story. This one's out of California, because if it had happened anywhere else besides California and New York, no one would have cared. So basically, you've got a church, and you know how churches like to they have those big marquee signs out front. Some of them do.
Yeah.
Where they put like
Bible
verses and Lord knows whatever else. Well, a church in Northern California, which is why this is even a story, decided to put their opinion on the sign. And well, because it's California, it has elicited some serious ire. Northern California church under fire after displaying an anti-LGBTQ sign a message on the sign outside of their parish that reads, quote, Bruce Jenner is still a man. Homosexuality is still a sin. The culture may change. The Bible does not.
The response to this should be trolling. Like, there's so many things you could troll churches
their
over,
Facebook page,
right?
Just troll their Facebook page.
Yeah, it's like, you don't. I don't know. Like, to get upset over it is just silly.
Well, members of the community are protesting Trinity Bible Presbyterian Church in an effort to align with those who may feel threatened. What do you mean threatened? Threatened by what?
Yeah, I'm failing to see how anybody would be threatened by this.
It's a stupid church sign. Who cares? I feel threatened.
I don't.
I feel threatened.
Yeah, me either.
Somebody put something on a sign that I disagree with. I feel threatened. That's why I said, like, if it had been anywhere but California, this wouldn't be a story. Well, New York, California, Oregon, Washington State, your uber liberal states, boom, story. Everywhere else, just another sign in front of another church. This is par for the course in the South, isn't it, Aria? See stuff like this all the time. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
I mean, generally, the churches in Mississippi at least stayed out of politics. And
depends on the church in Tennessee.
About how homosexuality is a sin.
I've seen this kind of stuff even in, like, I don't know, like
here.
Yeah, like even not too far from here anyway.
Really?
I don't know about in New Hampshire, but certainly like driving up along the highway, like from like the Boston area maybe. Yeah.
Oh my God. Amelia Mallory, $5, says she's middle-aged and white. Amelia Mallory is one of 3 local Lake Shastina moms who have come together to orchestrate the Shastina Love Rally to protest the sign after seeing a photo of it on Facebook. And although Mallory is aware that she lives in a predominantly conservative area, she told Yahoo Lifestyle that it's still shocking to see that kind of message in your own backyard. The sign itself is...
So put up your own sign and be done with it.
For real, yo. How do you fight stupid speech?
I mean,
more speech.
That's the way it should work. Unfortunately, the city is probably going to go after you.
Yeah, which is immoral.
The sign itself is walking that fine line between truth and fiction, Mallory says. If religion is a belief someone holds and uses as a tool to be a better human being, I'm totally in favor of it. But as a mom, I would hate for anyone to tell my kids that they were in any way less because of something they really don't have control over.
Hold on, time out. Got to defend the Christians here. They didn't imply that homosexuals are lesser. In fact, the core tenet of Christianity is that everyone is a sinner.
For real, that is like the central tenet of Christianity. All have sinned. What was it?
I mean, it's the root of the entire. If you take that away from Christianity, the entire religious
all have
system
sinned.
falls totally apart.
I mean, it is. I would say it was trying to intimidate, but I don't necessarily think that they were.
So when they put up a sign about how adultery is a sin, is that attempting to intimidate adulterers?
Yes.
Or is that just pointing out what their religion states?
Yeah. No, I would say that would be intimidation. Of a sort, very weak.
Is it intimidation for them to say everyone is a sinner?
I mean, you'd actually have to believe. You'd actually have to believe what they're, spewing in order to be intimidated. But they are trying to intimidate those who believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, that's core of organized religion in general. That's their entire shtick is to intimidate people into being afraid to get down on their knees and pray to make the fear go away.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, that's Christianity in a nutshell.
Yep.
I don't see it as a particular issue that they're pointing out that. Oh, by the way,
our religion believes this thing that we've always believed.
Yeah, homosexuals are sinners because everyone is a sinner.
There's peer pressure all over the place. I'm not necessarily sure that I'm going to get upset over this. Well,
the New Testament straight up says, I believe it was Paul, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. What was the other one? Man is born and it is but within a few minutes full of mischief. So, I mean, that's literally saying that, babies that just came out of the womb within a few minutes are ready to just lie, cheat, and steal.
Yeah, that's why somebody needed to take Paul outside and smack some sense into him.
So what Ari is saying, this whole argument...
That 2-month-old is a sinner and is destined for hellfire. Screw you, Paul.
Right? We believe Hold on. It says, the culture may change, but the Bible does not. We believe that Jesus...
Which Bible are they using that doesn't change?
For real. We believe that Jesus commands all Christians to let their light shine. We also believe that salvation is only for sinners. Pastor John Hoke tells Yahoo Lifestyle, Jesus said he came to call sinners, not the righteous. If we give in to cultural demands to stop calling sin sin, then we are robbing people of an opportunity to hear the truth. For Mallory, her efforts aren't aimed at changing the mind of Hoke. Others who believe the same, wow, Yahoo needs a better editor. Or others.
They always have.
Or others.
It is becoming increasingly common on the internet that just people need editors.
Who believe the same thing. Instead, she wants to make sure that any people who feel attacked personally by the message, that they know they have allies. Nobody.
I'm reminded of a video series by Phil Hellenes about how Christians can't read billboards because some atheist billboards went up in rural communities and the Christians reacted in exactly the same way. This is a personal attack against us. The video is about 7 minutes long. It's really entertaining. But they did exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
How dare you say this? And all it said is, do you not believe in God? You're not alone. Go to this website. That was all the billboards said.
That's great.
Yeah.
And these Christians flipped out, going, oh, this is a personal attack on my beliefs. How dare you say this? This sign must be taken down.
Yeah.
It's offensive and it's hateful. And it's like pot, meat, kettle.
For real. For real. Projection much?
Yeah, you're all lunatics. So, I mean, I guess it's interesting to now see the LGBT community. Well, they've been crying about various stupid crap.
Oh my God. Here we go. This is American discourse in a nutshell. Nobody has any illusions of changing the minds of the pastor or the church, Mallory says. We're not going to lay out any logical arguments to their side and have them go, aha, I see the light. Nobody's expecting that. What's important to us is that we raise our voices and we use our bodies, signs, arts, and expression to balance out the message on the sign and try to promote inclusion and tolerance. Following the group's first rally, which took place January 6th, the Shastina Love Rally Facebook page is now gearing up for another rally on Sunday, at which their main focus will be volume. Balancing out the sign with our own voices is the goal, says Mallory. Well,
I've never met this chick, but I do not hate anybody more than I hate her.
All I got to say is just hope that California doesn't have laws similar to Florida, because if you're protesting outside the church during church hours, a lot of southern states have disturbing a religious service laws, which it's a felony.
Really?
It is. So if I were her, I'd check the laws before protesting outside of church on a Sunday.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
It's the Onion Radio News. Hager physicists have created quantum slacks. This is Doyle Redland reporting. The stunning announcement that a team of Hager physicists has successfully developed quantum slacks was made this morning at a press conference in Philadelphia. According to Dr. Daniel Chang, head of the Hager team, conventional notions about the physical properties and possibilities of slacks have been turned on their heads.
We are on the verge of unzipping the secrets of creation and peering into the pants of God himself. It appears the very fabric of the universe may well be a smart cotton twill weave.
However, Chang urged caution in further research after tests conducted last month at the Hager Pants Propulsion Collider Laboratory in Dallas suggested the possible existence of so-called anti-pants, which could, in theory, initiate a chain reaction resulting in no pants at all. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News, online at theonion.com.
This is the Onion News Network.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
Are you a cryptocurrency advocate? The Crypto Tip is the ideal outreach tool to help new people discover cryptocurrency. It's a printable business card-sized tip that you can give to service providers, preferably in addition to a good cash tip. When the server scans the QR code, it'll bring up an explanation of cryptocurrency, how to install a wallet, and allow them to claim the tip. If they don't claim the crypto, you get your tip refunded to you after a time period you specify. Plus, if they do claim the tip, you get an email alert. Create as many tips as you want at cryptotip.org. That's cryptotip.org. Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your get intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
Up in paradise up above. If you will tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again. Life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise up above. If you will tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again.
All right, welcome back to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We've been talking about this story out of Northern California. Somebody put something on a sign that offended the few soccer moms in the area, and now they're having protests weekly to make sure people don't feel sad because someone said something that they might disagree with. But unsurprisingly, basically looks like somebody thought it would be a good idea to vandalize the sign.
Shocking.
So now the pastor is more dedicated than ever to making sure it stays up basically forever. What's the word I'm looking for here? Brilliant. What a brilliant idea. Let's go smash the sign, because that'll get us our way.
It's actually kind of humorous because they've actually brought more attention to the sign now in the message.
Yeah.
Than if they just left it alone.
Yep.
I mean, I think the core issue here is ultimately a disagreement about whether or not Bruce or Caitlyn Jenner is a man or woman.
Yeah.
And I don't see why anybody cares what other people think about Bruce or Caitlyn Jenner beyond.
She looks like
Bruce
Cindy Crawford.
Caitlyn Jenner. No, Cindy Crawford used to be hot. Caitlyn Jenner is just
yeah, but if
not.
you look at Cindy and Caitlyn together now, they look like sisters. She may have used to be hot.
I don't want to look at Cindy Crawford now. I have too many fond memories of being in middle school looking at Cindy Crawford
on a motorcycle, on a Harley Davidson in a champagne-colored dress. Yeah, I know. I used to have a poster of that on my wall of Cindy Crawford. And
I don't want to tarnish those memories.
Yasmine Bleeth as well. I wonder what Yasmine Bleeth looks like today. You remember Top Gun, right?
No, never seen it.
Okay.
What is it? I played the NES game.
It's a movie with Tom Hanks. It's a movie with Tom Hanks.
Like the 80s?
From the 80s where he's a fighter jet pilot.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
And there's that super hot chick that he's with. And she looks like Aunt B now. And he still looks like Tom Cruise. Just a...
Well, it's those...
Slightly
it's Xenu and the aliens keeping him young.
It's what do they call that when they hold on to the thing that like the
e-meter?
Yeah, when they hold on to the e-meter, what are they doing though? Like they're
studying thetan levels.
Yeah, they're purging the thetans. Yeah, that's it. They're purging their thetans. So he's purged the thetans out. So he gets to look young forever. Like a vampire.
Well, so does Patrick Stewart. Dude hasn't aged a day.
For real.
From like 1996.
96? You mean 91?
I don't think 5 years makes that much of a difference when you're like 97.
Yeah.
But he looks exactly like he did in The Next Generation. It's nuts.
Yeah, that was the 80s, hon. The Next Generation came out in the 80s.
Whatever. I don't think...
Voyager didn't come out until 96.
Either way, he's still looking.
Yeah, Next Gen
identical.
I think came out in like 84. So yeah, that's another like 20 years that he is older than you thought that he was. But yeah, he doesn't look any different.
Honestly, I think he was wearing a bald wig in The Next Generation. If you look really closely in some scenes, you can see a line like right here. And I don't know if it's just that, his forehead shape
these like
and contour
remastered
is like that.
Blu-ray copies?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I guess.
On Netflix.
Probably.
Netflix is
But I'm almost
awesome.
positive in a few scenes I've seen what looks like a very, very well hid bald wig. So he may not actually, have been as bald then as he was now.
As he is now.
Yeah.
Well, now he shaves it. He takes a bic to that bad boy.
Does he?
A lot of times when you see him out, he's completely bald. Sometimes he's got like that little bitty bit, A lot of times he's shaved, like Professor X,
Yeah.
Got it going on. So
he's a funny guy.
He is. He's definitely one of my favorite actors. Some of the like the stories that you hear, you know what I'm saying, about Next Generation and making it and everything, was that while they were writing the screenplays, the scripts, they would purposefully throw lines from Shakespeare and other like plays into the movie just because they wanted to hear Patrick Stewart say the lines.
Well, it's funny, American Dad, he's on American Dad, right? He does the voice of Bullock.
Yeah.
And they intentionally write him the wackiest crap they can think of because they want to hear it come out of Patrick Stewart's mouth. Yes. And it is so funny hearing him talk about anal sex. It's just one of the best things ever.
Wow.
It's like this Shakespearean actor who acts extremely well and has one of the best voices out there alongside Morgan Freeman talking about how nipples taste like pennies. It's brilliant. I think that was actually from Family Guy where that happened. He did the voice of some little girl or something. He's got a great sense of humor, though.
Patrick Stewart plays a girl?
An infant girl. Yeah, I think Joe and his wife's baby that they finally had was voiced by Patrick Stewart.
Why does it say Patrick Starr, not Patrick Stewart? I hate the internet sometimes.
There's also that clip where he did with somebody on the BBC talking about his upcoming movie, about what would really happen if somebody had the powers to affect the world with their mind like Professor X does. And over and over, the example he gives of is just women's clothes just disappearing. And the guy making the movie is like, oh, okay, so this is like a comedy. And Patrick Stewart's like, no, it's a drama, and it's about how this would really play out in the real world. And so I'm going to this tennis match, and I'm watching them play, and then their clothes fall off. It's great. He's a funny guy.
Oh my God! So Patrick Stewart is Sir Patrick Stewart. First of all, get it right.
True.
And second of all, he was knighted with a bat'leth.
He wasn't.
He was. The queen used a bat'leth, or a sword of honor, in order to knight him. The Klingon sword of honor.
I believe it happened. I mean,
I have to
shocking.
see. Now I have to see video of this. I have to dig because there's got to be video of this somewhere.
Oh yeah,
of him being knighted with a bat'leth, and yeah, I got to see that. I really got to see the Queen of England holding a Klingon sword of honor in her hand tonight. Patrick Stewart.
That's got to be funny.
Oh my God, they do have Patrick Stewart as a woman.
And what, in Family Guy?
No, Patrick Stewart dressed in drag.
Huh.
I don't want to see that.
On Blunt Talk.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that.
I could care less, but
he's in pink. And yeah, it's
I don't.
It's nothing to be.
Why would you show that to me?
See, he looks like Superman.
It's passable
when she turns 60.
Yeah.
Look at poor Chris. Superman. When she turns 60 is Patrick Stewart dressed in drag. That's what it is. I mean, look, that looks like Superman. Anyway. Oh, God, no. More Patrick Stewart in drag. That's even worse than the first one. All right, anyway. So, I don't know how we got onto this subject.
I don't either. But, I mean, it's hard when you mention Patrick Stewart not to get off onto a tangential conversation about how awesome he is.
Because he's like one of the greatest actors in history.
Yeah, he's great.
Why didn't they put him in a Harry Potter movie? He's British. He's a good actor. He totally would have been better than a lot of the people that were in that movie. I mean, you put the lady from Downton Abbey in it until she looked like a mummy.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't remember what her name is, but she's the old lady.
Professor McGonagall?
Yes, McGonagall. By the end of the movie series, she looks like they're propping up a corpse to just give dialogue.
Well, she was pretty old. I mean,
still is. She's still alive.
Yeah, I'm talking about the canon.
Yeah.
McGonagall is historically old. She was one of the oldest teachers at Hogwarts. May have even been older than Dumbledore.
Really? Because I thought a Dumbledore was like 151 or something like that when he died. We literally.
Well, he was a teenager at the same time as Grindelwald, and that was in the 1940s, I think.
Really? I thought he was over 100.
No, he would have been 70 or 80.
I don't know. We're going to have to look that up. See, this is the kind of nerdy stuff that we get into arguments about on the air. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Anyway, when we get back here on the Call to Freedom, the big story today, Ripple. Not Ripple.
What?
Ethereum hack.
This is novelist Tom Robbins. When my mother was diagnosed with glaucoma, her conservative Virginia physician told her there was only one treatment that might ease her pain and save her eyesight. That treatment was medical marijuana, which he could not prescribe. I offered to get her some and teach her how to use it effectively, but my father objected because marijuana was against the law. So my mother, who loved to read and walk in nature, was condemned to grow cruelly, unnecessarily blind. Tragedies like this happen all the time, but they don't have to keep happening. To learn more about medical marijuana, call the Marijuana Policy Project at 1-877-JOIN-MPP or visit them on the web at mpp.org.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
My name is Jacob Hornberger. I'm president of the Future of Freedom Foundation, which Congressman Ron Paul awarded for having an outstanding freedom website. Write us at fff@fff.org, and we'll send you a free 3-month subscription to our monthly journal of libertarian essays and our booklet, Economic Liberty in the Constitution, which George Mason University economics professor Walter Williams praised in a recent column. That's fff@fff.org.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with SNLS News and listeners like you. Find us online at snls.news. I'm Mick Murrow with the Liberty Beat for Tuesday, January 15th, 2019. Gold opened today at $1,288. Silver opened at $15.54. And Bitcoin is trading around $3,631. Today's prices are brought to you by CMM Digital, supplying cinematic video production. When quality is your highest priority, CMM Digital delivers. Visit them today at cmmdigital.space. In the news, a California judge has ruled that American police cannot force people to unlock a mobile phone with their face or finger. Forbes reports the ruling goes further to protect people's private lives from government searches than any before, and is being held as a potentially landmark decision. Previously, U.S. judges had ruled that police were allowed to force unlock devices like Apple's iPhone with biometrics, such as fingerprints, faces, or irises. That was despite the fact feds were not permitted to force a suspect to divulge a passcode. But according to a ruling uncovered by Forbes, all logins are equal. The order came from the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of California in the denial of a search warrant for an unspecified property in Oakland. The warrant was filed as part of an investigation into a Facebook extortion crime, in which a victim was asked to pay up or have an embarrassing video of them publicly released. The police had suspects in mind and wanted to raid their property. In doing so, the feds also wanted to open up any phone on the premises via facial recognition, a fingerprint, or an iris. While the judge agreed investigators had shown probable cause to search the property, they did not have the right to open all devices inside by forcing unlocks with biometric features. The Liberty Beat is sponsored in part by Brave Botanicals. High-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven, fighting for your right to consume plant-based medicine and natural remedies. Find out more at mybravebotanicals.com. And right now, a special deal for Liberty Beat listeners. Use promo code SNLS to receive 10% off your purchase. This is the Liberty Beat for Tuesday, January 15th, 2019. Find us online at snls.news. Your news now continues. House Republicans have submitted 2 pieces of legislation for the new session of Congress, with both bills aimed at crippling the powers of the federal government. One is a resubmission to audit the Federal Reserve to pave the way for abolishing it, while the other seeks to completely abolish the Internal Revenue Service. D.C. Dirty Laundry reports that H.R. 24, the Federal Reserve Transparency Act of 2019, was again submitted by Kentucky Representative Thomas Massey. The bill calls for a full audit of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System and the Federal Reserve banks by the Comptroller General. Additionally, Georgia Representative Rob Woodall has introduced H.R. 25, a bill to abolish the IRS. The wording of Woodall's bill says it's intended to promote freedom, fairness, and economic opportunity by repealing the income tax and other taxes, abolishing the Internal Revenue Service, and enacting a national sales tax to be administered primarily by the states. Woodall's bill has been referred to the House Committee on Ways and Means. Around 40 people have been detained and another 2 killed in the latest crackdown on Chechnya's LGBT community. NPR reports the new wave of persecution started at the end of December, citing a statement released Monday by the Russian LGBT network. Mass detentions began after authorities accessed the administrator's contacts through his phone, according to a report from the Associated Press. The Russian LGBT network says it learned of the situation in the beginning of January. Authorities in Chechnya, a southwestern republic in Russia, known for being conservative and predominantly Muslim, have denied targeting the LGBT community. Support for the Liberty Beat comes from the Conscious Resistance Network, featuring videos, news reports, and articles from a spiritual anarchist perspective at theconsciousresistance.com. How would you like to have your business featured on the Liberty Beat? Just send an email to libertybeat@snls.news. SNLS.news. This is the Liberty Beat, produced in partnership with SNLS News and listeners like you. The Liberty Beat is online at SNLS.news, your one-stop destination for Liberty news and commentary. Coming soon to SNLS is The Bones of Anarchy, a podcast produced by activist Tony Bones. Coming soon to the SNLS network. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for this Tuesday, January 15th, 2019. Reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
Right now, it's looking like tonight's record $500 million Powerball drawing could be cancelled, as embarrassed lottery officials have admitted they lost the balls. Douglas Bronstein, deputy director of the Multi-State Lottery Association, addressed the press moments ago. We have a quote. "We know how important the balls are to a successful drawing. I saw them the other day, and I'm sure they'll turn up somewhere." Bronstein says it's usually marketing director Ben Callahan's job to keep an eye on the balls, but when reached for comment, Callahan said he just sits next to the balls. It's not his job to know where they are every second of every day. According to Bronstein, it's crucial they find the balls before tonight's drawing. Quote, "We'd love to use different balls, but these ones have the numbers on them." Bronstein added that once they figure out where the balls are, they promise to keep them in some sort of case instead of just lying around the office. When we return, we'll meet some of the undeterred Powerball superfans who are camping out before the big drawing dressed as their favorite numbers.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Welcome back to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Another day here in the Shire. It is the Crypto Hour. Everybody loves the Crypto Hour. Big story today. Freaking huge story today. Cryptopia hacked. Not a 51% attack. Hacked.
This is why you don't keep your crypto on an exchange.
Again, another crypto exchange gets hacked. You know, you think people would learn and like not keep their crypto on an exchange?
Yeah. You know what? I haven't checked my Cryptopia account, but I mean, the only thing that was in there was, I don't know, like a couple hundred Panda coins.
I've never used Cryptopia.
You know, like,
if I need an obscure coin, I'll use CryptoBridge or something like that.
Well, there's some stuff you really can't find anywhere but Cryptopia.
Then I don't need it.
Yeah.
Really? I don't need Panda Coin.
Well, I don't need Panda Coin, but it's gone up.
Yeah, but you have a wife who is like obsessed with pandas.
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
Well, see, all right. So I had some gold pressed latinum, and I got an email from Cryptopia, and it says, "Hey, man, your gold pressed platinum, we're not going to carry it on our exchange anymore. So, we are going to